we're going to shift this onto this queen. And then this queen is going to go on a little questy doodle. It is going to give negative to the Maui and then give the buff to this one. And then we are going to challenge this one into there, doing the damage, taking 2 back. NANI? This is from Winter 2 Streamboard. This is the Matrix of Queens. That was right. Queens Tribal is what's going on. I played against this deck in real life at my locals, and it smoked me. They had this queen on board, and then they had 4 other queens. So what does this queen do? Why would they want to even have this queen? You don't want it in your draft, so why do you want this queen? She's got the shift 3, and it has a really good warded target to shift on, and then it already has ward on it. So you're not losing the ward by shifting. And then it's got this, the Reflections of Vanity. For each other character named the queen you have in play, this character gets +1 lore. That's right. I played against a person, and they were questing for 6 lore with this 1 card because they had 5 other queens on board and gave them +1 lore, and then they already have this 1 lore. Incredible. All of these cards just work so well together, it's crazy. This card's here to help you in the late game. World's Greatest Criminal Mind can help you banish Tamatoa. It says banish chosen character with 5 strength or more. That's Tamatoa. That's super rare Aladdin. That's lots of stuff. This is the shift queen that I was talking about. It's got the ward. This is also another great shift target for this one. It's a Floodborn. It can also go into this turn 2. This queen was a legendary from Ursula's Return that nobody talked about because it was a lot of stuff. But it actually popped off. It was actually not bad. It ended up winning some stuff. It's got the Exert. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal an item card there and put it in your hand. If that item costs 3 or less, you may play it for free instead, and it enters play exerted. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So that's useful. Why is that useful? Because we have lots of items, namely the Queen Sensor Core, which is going to be very useful. The Queen Sensor Core, we have all 4 copies of it, and that queen can find this one. It has the symbol of nobility. At the start of your turn, if you have a princess or queen character in play, gain 1 lore. So if you have any character in play, because we're only playing the queen, which all have the queen keyword, you're going to gain 1 lore if you have the Queen Sensor Core in play. And if you have 2 Queen Sensor Cores in play, you're going to gain 2 lore. If you have all 4, you're going to gain 4 lore at the start of your turn. The Royal Surge, it has another ability. If that wasn't good enough, it has another ability. You exert it and pay 2 ink. So like that's why the Diviner is kind of like, it enters play exerted, because it doesn't want you to be able to have all the cool fun. Like this one, you exert it, you pay 2 ink, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a princess or queen character card, you may put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it on top of your deck. And you should be getting some queen characters, because almost half of the deck, what does that say, 26? 26, yeah. 28. There's 28 queens in this deck. All these items have to be exerted, so I guess that definitely makes sense. Like Sleepy's Flute, you have to exert it to gain the lore, and Fishbone Quill, you have to exert it to put a thing in. So like this means that you can't use it on the turn that it's played. What did this queen do? Let's talk about it. It's got Ward, a great ability, underrated. When you play this character with the top 3 cards of your deck, you may reveal any number of cards there named the queen and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. I heard people usually get 1 queen from this ability. So good, because a third of the deck is queens. And then the last queen ability that we talk about, whenever this character quests, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put them in any order. And that's the Queen Tribal in a nutshell. We're excited to play this card. We might try to build this in real life, but for now, we are going to play it on inktable.net. It's very easy to go to Inktable. You go up to menu, export, Inktable, play on Inktable. As easy as that, now you're playing Lorcana.
Things we learned in this video. Theme decks are the spice of life. Number 2, all queens is worse than all puppies. That's right, Dalmatian puppies, I think, is a better deck than this deck. But this deck was definitely fun to try out. And number 3, the Queen Sensor Core is underrated.
We're going to start the game this time. We got lots of queens. This one costs 2. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. That's what we're going to mulligan. We're going to keep these two. Mulligan away. Oh, it looks like we kept other stuff. And there's the queen that we have over here. We're going to ink a card, and it's going to be that one. And then we are going to pass the turn because we don't have any one drops. Maybe we should have kept our queens. Maybe we should have got rid of one of the bare necessities. But that's okay. We're going to ink a card. What's it going to be? Bare necessities. We're going to play a card. What's it going to be? It's the queen. And then we're going to pass. What's our opponent doing? They're up at 2 ink. Are they going to play a card? They do is Tipo, and they get to ramp. They're up at 3. They can be up at 4 next turn. We can play something for 3 this turn. Or we can shift. We're going to ink a queen. No, we're going to ink bear. And then we will play Diviner. Yeah, we play Diviner. And we're not going to quest. We're just going to pass. We're going to save her for a shift target. They play another Tipo, incredible value. So this was the card that we drew, and if we would have used our ability, we would have got to play it for free. But that's all right. That's okay. That's what happens. I think we are going to go ahead and do it anyway. We're going to exert it. Look at the top 4. If we find an item, we find Sleepy's Flute, we get to take it, and we get to play it for free. Put the rest on the bottom in any order. We're going to put that queen. Yeah, that's how we want it. Play Sleepy's Flute for free. Let's go. We still have 3 ink to play with. What do we want to do? Oh, that kind of guarantees that. I think I want to ink this one. I think we ink this one. No, we shouldn't do that. That's a hard ink choice. And we're going to play this. We're not going to quest because they can Maui us. And we pass. They could definitely Maui this thing. They're up at 6 ink. They quest their Tipo. They quest their Tipo up at 3. For 6 ink, they play their Maui, Wowie, Zowie Pizza. Takes out our Queen Diviner. There's the ice block. They should have played that first. They give us negative. That means they can super brawl us. Can give us -4. And buff this. Take 2. I like that. But what if I do it there, then I'm set? Yeah, so we are going to play the card. We're going to shift this onto this queen. And then this queen is going to go on a little questy doodle. It is going to give negative to the Maui and then give the buff to this one. And then we are going to challenge this one into there, doing the damage, taking 2 back. We are going to get to play our sensor core. Do we ink? I don't think we ink. Because we can shift for 3 and play her. I don't think we ink right now. I think we like everything that we have in our hand. They play the fishbone, they have the Tipos, and we're free to do our stuff. The sensor core is going to gain us 1 lore at the start of our turn. They're down to no hand, so now we are just going to run away. We will ink one of these and play one of these. We're not going to shift it. We'll just want to play it. And then we do want to challenge these guys. Get out of here. Challenge accepted. And we pass. And then hopefully we just run away with our queens. Did they get... Oh, dude, they got the Sisu on us, dude. That was sick. We gained our 1 lore from Queen's Sensor Core, and now we have a tough decision. Because what if we want to play this, but we also want to play this? We don't need to play this. This is a bonus. We want to play this because it helps us know what our top deck is. So we are going to play that card. There it is. Is that an ability? When this character quests. Ooh. And then we will quest here. And we are also going to quest this one. Negative strength. Lots of strength. And then we are also going to quest that because it quests for 3 now. Maybe we should have sang, but we didn't. And then we pass the turn. There we go. There's the Shift Sisu. Just gets rid of everything. Should have seen that coming a mile away, but we didn't. That's too bad. So sad they inked that. Ice block. This. Ooh. Man. What a bummer. I think we're going to start with the Sensor Core. We are going to card ability the Sensor Core. Get a queen. Yes, we put it in our hand. And then we are going to play it. And then we are going to play 1 jump ahead. That's going to let us card ability our Sleepy's Flute. And then we're going to pass the turn. We're not going to quest because we want to be able to buff this to one-shot this. And hopefully that's the case. Unless they Sisu it. Oh, man. They got the smoke, dude. The inktable.net knows what's going on. We gain our 1 more for having that on board. That wouldn't do it. We're going to start with our Sensor Core. Why? When we could just put this down. We are going to play this. And then I think we do our Sensor Core. We're going to card ability our Sensor Core. It's a queen. Yes, we want it. We are going to ink the Fishbone. Play this queen. 3, 4. Ooh, we're passing. And then our hope is that we get to buff this and take it out. That's all we got going for us. We could also buff this. That might be a better trade. Maybe we start with this. We play how far I'll go. Look at the top 2. Let's let it go. And queen. We get let it go. And then we could sing it with this. And that can get rid of this stack. They're at 15. That quest for 2. They would go to 18. Or I could take this out and lose one of my characters. Or I could sing and be safe. Singing is the right option. We are going to sing this with her onto the Sisu. Ramp him up to 10. Do we card ability or do we quest? 1, 2. We almost need a quest at this point instead of using the card ability. The card ability could help us. It could help us dig. And we have 3 ink to play left. Card ability, activate. Okay. None of those were items. Whoops. We can use the Sensor Core. It's 1 jump ahead. It goes back on the top. That's the worst possible thing. And then we card ability our Flute up to 14. We can quest our Queen now, which isn't a mistake, and pass. They can top deck the Maui. Ooh, they got rid of our Flute, which is okay with us. And then they give everybody resist 1. They quest with their Sisu. Quest with their Donald. Oh, they take out our thing. So good. We were cooked before it even started. How many lore were we away? We quest for 1. We quest for another 1. We were just 2 lore away. And then we play our 1 jump ahead. We're going to go again. We're going to see if the Queen Tribal can do its thing. Oh, card ability. I forgot we had that. Oh, it's the Queen. Yes, we want to put it in our hand. And then we want to shift it. Get shifted. Bummer. There was probably an out there that we didn't see. They play the Maximus, and now it's all ogre, but we're going to play it again. We're going to see if we can get the sensor core going. We're restarting, and we have a plan this time. Our plan is to play the queen and play the sensor cores. Right? We're not mulliganing anything. We love this hand. We're going to ink a bare necessities. We're going to pass the turn. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't do my iconic victory dance for nothing. We're going to ink the bare necessities. We're going to play the Disguised Peddler or the Sensor Core. The Disguised Peddler, of course. The Sensor Core doesn't help us yet. We need a queen on board for it to be sicko mode. They play the Tipo. They're doing the same thing that they did the last game. We can ink that. We can shift our queen. I think we'll just play our Sensor Core now. And we are going to quest because they're not going to Maui us right away. They're up at 4. They play their Fishbone. They're ramping. They're getting to that Sisu to knock us off our block. There's the Flynn Rider. I hardly know her. They have more strength than us, and we got to fix that. We keep inking this. Now, which one do we want to play? Whenever it quests or when you play this character, look at the top 3. I like that one more. We play this one, and we get 1 queen out of the deal. Boom, into our hand. They go on the bottom of our deck. Are we going to quest? Not a chance. We're going to pass the turn. Donald the Duck comes into play. He ramps a card from the top. They use their Fishbone. They're up at 7. They put the ice block down. That's crazy. All right, now we have lots of options for us to do. Do we save this for Sisu? I think not. I think we are going to ink it, and then we can play one of these for 5, or we can do 2 ships. We can do the shift. Here. And we can use our Queen Sensor Core. And we can why don't we want to quest? Because these 2 aren't exerted. We'll pass. Why are we passing? Why aren't we questing? Questing is how you win the game. There's Tipo. And we're just hoping that they quest these 2. They used our ice block, boom, negative. Quest that Donald, that's what we wanted. Quest your Flynn. They don't quest the Flynn, they know too much. We are going to start by questing. Give the negative, give the super positive, and then we are going to challenge in, take out the duck. I don't think we play a queen this turn. Maybe we should play this queen this turn. But I think we'd rather go how far I'll go. I think we get this one. We'll ink this one. Now we have enough to pay for the sensor core. It's a sensor core. And then we pass. I don't know what we just did. There was so many options. Blacked out for a second. They play the Hiram. They banish their ice block, which is good. We love to see that. And then they draw 2. There's the popsicle that keeps going. It's a loop, a vicious loop. So there's another sensor core. We are going to play the other sensor core. We like those. We are going to play the queen regularly. And this quest, we give a negative here. We buff this one. And then this one challenges away. And then we pass the turn. We're good to go. We're set. There's no way we're losing this one, right? There's Hiram. Questing, banishing the Fishbone Quill, drawing 2 cards. There's Gaston, 10 strength and rush. Ooh. That's so bad, dude. Oh no. And then they healed it too. Wow, wow, wow. What do we do? How much is this quest for? Only 2. But they'll gain 3 with the Flynn. Card ability here. So let it go. So we know that we're getting a removal next turn. We will go ahead and play the queen. I guess if we go here, it knocks him out. We're going to go ahead and quest this first. And then this one is going to challenge into the Gaston. And then they won't be able to get the 3 lore and the 2 lore. Like, that's how we got to shut them down. We can look at the top card, but we know that it's a let it go. So that means that we want to play our 1 jump. Oh, is that the top card? Yeah. So we know 1 jump is gone. So now we know that we can use that. And it's not let it go. Maybe that was a mistake. Why didn't I think of what 1 jump ahead did? Their Scar is going to be able to do 7 damage. And then their Flint Rider is going to be able to proc. And if we had let it go, everything would have been okay. They quest their Flinsky. They're up at 12. We get a queen. They're up at 12. They'll gain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They'll be able to go to 19 next turn. We pay 2. Look at the top. It's a Sleepy's Flute. We play 1 jump. Puts that on top. And then we are just going to play the queen. So we get 2 lore next turn. And pass. Ooh. Dude, we got tribal, dude. Because this is a queen tribal. And we did it to ourselves. Did I do the math wrong? How'd they get that extra lore? Oh my gosh, we're cooked. They had all the smoke in hand ready for us. Queen tribal, not for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.